Welcome to another edition of Unqualified Uprising. I am your host, Mike. Got a lot to talk about this episode. The DNC, obviously. Hold on, folks. Tom's moving around. Hold on. Don't come in yet, Tom. Just Tom's getting in his spot. Okay. We're all set. Okay. Everybody in their spot? Okay. A lot of things went on this week at the DNC. A lot of protests, a lot of yelling and screaming, a lot of booing, a lot of cheering, a lot of nonsense. We're going to get into that. And we also have many comments on Kamala's speech and RFK dropping out and endorsing Trump. And I think I have the answer to RFK's future political endeavors. And we'll get to that and more on this episode of Unqualified Uprising, exclusively on Rumble. Please follow and like or subscribe, however they do it. We're trying to get this up and running. We're four guys. We all got normal jobs, and we're trying this in my basement from Broad Albin, the Broad Albin bunker, if you will. We are kind of normal people with normal opinions for the most part. We're a man down today. Our political pundit, Joe, is up north visiting his sister. Soon we'll have the technical ability to have him phone in, and maybe he can just sit on the phone with us. Hopefully that's coming soon, and hopefully video's coming soon. I bought all the shit. I don't really know how to get it going. I got the cameras. I got 6 or 7 microphones. I'm trying, people. This is basically pirate radio, if you will. But we're going to get into that and more on this episode of Unqualified Uprising. Let me introduce my co-hosts. We have the man running the computers, Adam. Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning. Thomas. Good morning.
Good morning to you, Mike.
How are you, gentlemen, today?
Best morning ever.
Fantastic.
Fantastic. We're a little early this morning. It's Saturday, August 24th. It's 11 a.m. East Coast time, and we saw a lot of things this week. A lot of incredible things, a lot of boring things, a lot of cackling, a lot of laughing, white guy tacos, stolen valor, Trump's a scumbag, Trump's a Nazi, Trump's Pol Pot, Trump's Genghis Khan. I don't know who else is left for Trump to be. Trump is everybody. He's Hitler, Stalin, Mujahideen, Putin, Trump.
Yes, he's like a mixed bag of all those evil people.
The worst. And
Yeah.
Don't you remember the last time he was president, how bad it was?
Remember when all the Jews were in concentration camps?
Remember when he locked up all the Chinese people?
Oh, yes.
What else did Trump do horribly? Oh, yeah, nothing. Oh, yeah,
You
nothing.
got to think about it.
Oh, he said mean tweets. Mean tweet Trump. Too bad.
Such an angry guy.
Too
such
bad.
an angry guy. He's an angry orange guy.
Listen, Americans are naturally angry. We don't like to get told what to do. That's why we left England. If anybody forgets how this country started, it started over pettiness and stop telling me what to do.
And we're still petty, and we're still telling people to stop telling us what to do.
Yeah, but we're masking it with threats of peace.
Yes.
It's funny how the only peace that we could possibly have is putting Trump in the clink.
Gosh, yeah, that'll save mankind for sure.
That's peace.
Yes.
That's peace.
Yes. We all have to pretend we like each other to mask that.
So I hated the Democratic National Committee, and I didn't like the Republican National Committee because it's just a giant fart smelling contest. It's a giant butt kissing contest. It's stupid.
It's a pep rally.
It's a pep rally.
And
yes.
it just reminds. I see all the people fawning. It's like going to sing an evangelist. It's the same thing if you watch those old shows.
Lordy!
Yes.
Oh Lordy, bring them out!
Especially in the DNC where people are raising their hands like they're feeling the Holy Spirit.
They're feeling the spirit. Yes. And that's funny because Adam and I used to watch on Christmas Eve and on like Easter. We used to watch
The Evangelists.
We used to watch the Evangelists, and they would
dance around
and wave their hands and they would feel the feeling. And that's
backflips and all the other fun
do backflips.
Tell me the difference.
None.
I mean, and both parties are the same with this, by the way.
The Evangelist made more sense. So you guys actually watched a lot of the DNC. Adam, I know you watched the Crowder cast, and I watched some of the Tim Pool. and I watched reactions from a lot of people. Tom, you said you watched the majority of it. Let me get a feeling of how you guys took everything. And Adam, give me a little breakdown of what Crowder was saying. I don't know if you did it with Gerald or Nick DePaula. Did you do it with Nick DePaula?
Yeah.
Good, because Nick DePaula is hilarious. So what were they saying?
They're just and Tim Waltz and
Get closer to the mic, Adam.
Tim Waltz's speech and Kamala Harris's speech. They're just live fact checking everything. Basically, everything they said were outright lies, and that everyone there was just eating it up left and right.
Do you remember anything specific? I'm not trying to put you on the spot, but do you remember? Did they say like Joe Biden caught a fish 3 feet long, or were they just making up stupid lies, or were they lying about the economy?
They're making up stupid shit about the economy, saying that it's the best it's ever been for the last 4 years, which everyone can tell that has sense is a lie.
It's a great economy, yet they're going to fix it.
It's a great economy,
but they're going to fix it. We're going to fix it.
What's wrong with it if it's so great?
Yeah, that's what I want to know.
So
they'll tell you, vote for them. They'll tell you later. Right now, we got to tell you how bad Trump is.
Did they talk, Adam? Let me ask you some more about the Crowder cast. Did DNC say anything about Trump? Did the DNC talk Trump all the time?
Basically, they just got to stop him. Stop him.
Stop Trump?
Yep.
Stop Trump from doing what?
Running, quote unquote, ruining the country more.
Ruining the country more?
Yeah.
When did he ruin the country to begin with?
I don't know. I guess just by sending out mean tweets and
Mean tweets.
It's not mean sweets.
Mean tweets and tweets.
Yes.
Okay, so Adam says Crowder and Nick DePaula fact checked a lot of what Kamala and the rest of these yahoos were saying. What did you observe, Thomas?
Well, and Bernie Sanders was the one who brought up the pandemic.
Huh?
Yeah, Bernie Sanders come up. Well, if you look at the country where it was, we had a pandemic, and everybody lost their jobs, and people were losing their apartments, and kids were hungry, and 3,000 people were dying a day. Somewhat exaggerated claims, but at the same time, who forced all this on us at the time? We were forced into this. Companies were forced to shut down. That's what they failed to mention.
What did Bernie Sanders say?
He brought up to where America was when look what Biden and Harris had to deal with when they took over for Donald Trump.
Look what Trump had to deal with when he was there.
Yeah. So Trump wanted to open things back up and find a way to open things back up. I remember that at the time specifically. But they're saying how all the carnage that happened because of these policies during COVID somehow were rescued. We were rescued by President Joe Biden and Vice President Kamala Harris.
Dead Body Joe and Camel Toe Kamala?
Yes. And they saved the day because Trump caused all that carnage during the virus. He caused 3,000 people to die a day.
Trump did?
Trump did. He caused people to lose their jobs. He caused factories to shut down.
Donald
Trump
did this.
Yes. That's what Trump left for President Joe Biden and Kamala Harris.
Unfortunately, once you're elected, that's it. Who cares what the guy did? Who cares what the predecessor did? You have to do something else. Do something else then if it's so terrible. Why are we doing the same shit?
Yeah. So that was the crux of not Joe Biden, Bernie Sanders' speech. It was just basically stuff that was caused by policy that wasn't necessarily Donald Trump's that caused all the carnage in 2020. Now they put the blame on Trump for it, and Biden pulled us out of that nightmare of 2020 and COVID.
Bernie Sanders is a commie. Bernie Sanders wants you to drive a shitty car and he'll live in 17 mansions. But you need to shut up and deal with it and stop making so much money.
Right.
Listen, if unqualified uprising makes a lot of money, it's tough shit. You're not getting any of it, Bernie. Sorry.
I'll be lucky if I get any of it.
Well, now well, we still got to work on your percentage. You're up to 1.5% right now.
Woo-hoo.
We'll see how you do today. I don't know. I'm on to you. But anyways, now you interrupted me. So what was I talking about?
We're talking about Bernie Sanders' speech.
Bernie Sanders is a communist, a straight-up communist. He's a bum. He can't win. He'll never win. Kamala's a communist, too. They're a bunch of commies, and it's scary. They might as well play the Russian national anthem when they walk in the door. They want everything to suck for you, but everything to be great for them. while they eat their fucking frog gua and all that, frog legs and a bunch of other lobster tails, while you're in the fucking nickel cadmium mine dying.
Well, they're pandering to the have-nots, the people that have been always voting for them. And
The have-nots, now that's a bunch of bullshit, because I see people.
Well, they
begging
claim
for
to be the
money.
have-nots. There are people that claim to be have-nots that aren't have-nots.
Big Joe always tells me the story about the guy bumming around near his house, begging for money, and then runs off and gets into a Lexus. That's like an urban legend. Everybody knows about that.
Right.
There aren't as many have-nots in this country. There are many social programs. But unfortunately, the social system is plugged up with a bunch of people that can work, with a bunch of people that are having children just in spite of the fact they have nothing. They live in squalor and they're okay with it. I see it every day. I see dilapidated houses. I see this country going down a slide of degradation. I don't even know how to describe it. I used to see 0 bums. Now I see 15 bums. I see girls walking around the street scratching their eyeballs out because they either were doing fentanyl or heroin or whatever makes you do that.
Didn't see this 20 years ago, 15 years ago. I don't even think we saw it 10 years ago.
No,
I
and
see.
In this town, in our hometown where we are, I'm now seeing people begging for money. It's something I never saw.
I see it once in a while around here, but not anywhere to the point it is now.
So if you have a car and you have children and you're panhandling, that to me is an oxymoron, because near the Chinese restaurant where I work, or where I live actually, there's a family that sets up speakers and pretends to play the violin while violin music is played over the speakers, and they got like the starving artist bullshit. But idiots go up and give them money because they think the people are legitimately playing these instruments. It's just a dub tape. It's not. It's just music coming out of a speaker and a girl pantomiming fucking the violin.
Well, I guess that's a talent in itself if they're getting money.
Well, shouldn't be in. What I'm getting at is within the last 4 years, and I don't think it can't be Trump's fault because Trump was not in office. I've seen, it's almost like I'm watching the downfall of society, and I'm seeing it live in real time, in color. People are openly calling for communism and socialism in 2024. Dudes are beating up chicks in sanctioned events. We are insane right now.
Yes.
People are dressing up in furry costumes and going to school and biting children. It is insane.
And this is supposed to be accepted behavior.
Under this regime, this is all accepted behavior. I'm sure they wouldn't show them on camera at the DNC, but I'm sure a bunch of them fucking people were straight up weirdos. Because the Democratic Party is the party of projection. If they say Trump's a fascist, it means they're a fascist. If Trump's a threat to democracy, they're actually the threat to democracy. If Trump is a Nazi, they are Nazis.
Even if you're off center a little bit, or center, even if you're center, if you're a centrist, you're a Trumper.
If you're a common sense guy,
Yes.
You're automatically for
So,
Captain Trump.
Mike, if you're in 3rd grade,
yes,
you're going. School starts next week, I believe, in our
Yes.
town here. So you're in 3rd grade. It's 3rd
Yes.
grade, Mike. You go to school in a panda bear outfit.
yes.
What happens? You go in, walk into school in the panda bear outfit. What would happen? We're going back to your time when you're in 3rd grade.
If I'm in 3rd grade,
You're in 3rd grade.
when I was a kid,
When you were a kid in 19 whatever it was.
what would happen? I'd probably
Yeah.
get made fun of. I don't think the teacher would ask me about my sexuality or anything like that. I don't think it would be seen as a sexuality thing. I think it would be seen as, you're insane. Why did your parents let you out the door dressed like a panda? And take that off and get in a regular school clothes because you're distracting everybody.
Right. It would be called a disruption.
It would be called a disruption, but I don't think it would go towards the fetish, the sexual fetish side of
Yes.
any of this nonsense.
And you would have been sent home.
I would have been sent. I probably would have been sent. Listen, I went to school in a small town.
Yeah.
Maybe my family's a lot of think, don't say. So maybe the community was sort of like that, so maybe they just would have let me sit there in my panda outfit and not even breach that topic, or they probably would have just told me to change.
Okay. I would have been put in a mental institution.
I think you need to.
I would have.
No, I think you need to think about the relative age that you're asking me. If you said if I was 15 and I came into fucking school dressed in a panda outfit and tried to portray myself as an actual panda, yes, I would be put into Bellevue Hospital and fucking beaten with a club. Yes.
I'm saying
not when you're 5 years old, not when you're
70s.
7 years old. No, even in the 70s, if you were 7 and you walked into your school in a panda outfit, you would probably get beat up and the kids would rip it off you, or you'd have to be forced to change. I don't think they'd put you in a mental institution in the 70s if you were 7. If you were 17, yes. I will disagree with you there.
I think in that age they would have definitely found something wrong with it. And they definitely would have taken drastic measures with you.
If you were just dressed like a panda going to school.
If you went to school dressed in some sort of ridiculous costume and said, I am a panda, I'm not a boy.
It's ironic that this conversation is actually being had, because you would think in this day and age, people discussing whether or not they should dress like a panda going to school should be in a mental fucking institution.
We should be put in mental institutions.
We should be put in mental institutions for thinking that is wrong, apparently.
Yeah.
Because if you are a true blue Democrat, your child can identify as a cat, and you're going to accept them as a cat.
I identify as a T-Rex.
Okay, well, I'm going to get Sam Neill, and I'm going to get Sam Neill and Laura Dern from Jurassic Park, and they're going to corral your ass and shoot you with a tranquilizer gun.
Cool. All right.
But this all goes back to the DNC. This all goes back to the Democratic Party. This country is fracturing. It is half the people hate the other half. The MAGA people are dicks to the Democrats. The Democrats are sore losers and crybabies and get offended at everything. Unless Don Lemon says it, then it's fine. Or if Kamala Harris says it, they could have Kamala Harris tweet every single tweet that Trump ever tweeted and just replace the names, and she wouldn't get any flack for it.
They would say, well, she's right, you know. Well,
yeah, she's right, you know.
Yeah.
You know, she's right. Yeah. You know, I mean, she put all those MAGA guys in camps, but, you know, they were threats to democracy, and this is where this country's really getting scary.
They think that MAGA needs to be exterminated. That's what it sounds like to me.
I told you this today, Tom. I've told this to Adam many a times, and Adam, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think we are seriously trending towards the end of the fucking world.
Yeah, you're right.
I do not think my life will end before the world ends.
And I asked you, what about myself? Because I got some years on you.
And I said, I think you'll be alive for another 10 years, and I think it's going to happen within the next 10 years. This is not I'm not Nostradamus, and I'm not predicting the future. But if you add everything up, you got October 7th, you got January 6th, you got Trump, you got Kamala, you got Iran, you got Hezbollah and Hamas, you got all the nonsense in South America with Moderno and Venezuela, you got shit in Ukraine with Russia. We are literally talking about an excursion, a ground excursion into Russia. This is the downfall of this world. Unless, listen, I'm not MAGA. I like Trump because he has better policies than the whole entire Democratic Party.
That I agree with.
And Trump can just come out and say, dudes shouldn't fight chicks. That's all he needs to say. That's all. I like America. That's all of a sudden a dirty word.
How can you like America with all these problems?
America?
Yeah.
How can you like America?
Yeah.
I want a flagpole at my house. Okay?
Yes.
My wife does not want a flagpole. Okay?
Okay.
She doesn't want a flagpole because it would mess up the feng shui of the yard. You follow me?
Gotcha.
Okay. She has no problem with me having an American flag. She wants it displayed properly, and I need to have proper flag etiquette. I think that's fine.
There's a protocol with the American flag.
But she's telling me not to do something, but she said it in a nice, respectful way, and she gave me the reasons of why I shouldn't have a flagpole. I won't take care of it. The flag, I'll put the flag up sideways. I'll put the flag upside down. The squirrels will eat it. I'll go out and try to pull it down and get struck by lightning. There's a lot of things that can happen to me.
You're supposed to have also there's like you have to put a light beam on it at
Correct.
night. Yeah.
Correct. And take it down when it rains.
Yes.
But what I'm trying to say is my wife is ultra non-MAGA. She's a patriotic person. She loves America, but she's not rah, rah, rah America. She has absolutely no problem with me displaying the American flag and saying that I like America. And the fact that saying you like America has become a dirty word in this country, it makes me sick. It makes me fucking sick. And if someone says America is the worst country in the world, they're ignorant. I don't want to talk to them, and they're stupid.
Yeah, go somewhere where you can face clitoral castration and come back and say America's the...
Or just get beheaded.
Yeah.
Head over to Palestine and tell me how it's nice living in a bombed-out fucking apocalyptic cave.
Or go live in a sand dune or whatever and come back. This is still, with all the fucking problems we're talking about and how horrible people are to each other here.
Yeah, the DNC was a big Hate America fest.
It's still the freest country in the world.
By far.
By far. Times infinity.
You would have to go to...
Not even Switzerland. I don't know. I mean,
no, Switzerland is very racist. They're very against a lot of different cultures. We're not going to get really into it, but if you really dig into that, they're not very nice.
Okay.
They're not very nice at all. The Nordic countries are always hailed as bastions of meritocracy and goodwill. That's not true. They hate everybody just like us.
Everybody hates each other.
Everybody hates each other, but that's not a reason. That's not a reason to be mean.
We all
Keep
got
your fucking hatred to yourself. It's fucking stupid. And these pep rallies, both of them. Listen, I'm not pulling any punches on the RNC either. It might as well have been a religious fight. It might as well have been in a mega church because that's what it looks like to me.
Well, then you got Hulk Hogan ripping his shirt off like a maniac on stage.
Hogan.
That was epic.
That was epic. That was kind of epic.
They bring out these stars on it, but Hulk Hogan was epic. I don't care. I know because we're all wrestling marks ourselves, but that was epic. Another thing with Bernie Sanders was the price fixing. I mean, we have such a great economy, yet we got a price fix. How's that going to work? Why can't a free market society just run on itself?
Let me tell you, when Kamala gets in, she's going to fix everything.
Yeah, fix all the stuff that isn't broken.
No.
So they say.
She's already in. Yeah. Joe Rogan said, well, she'll fix everything when she gets in. And he looks like, he goes, you're already in, you idiot. What do you mean?
Well, yeah, I mean, is she acting president? She probably is. Does anybody consider Joe Biden the president anymore?
No.
No, like who's the president?
He's the boss of like the White House chefs and the White House ice cream guy. And the White House dog that bites everybody. Another
irony is them saying, okay, when you go to the polls in November, remember what a sexist, womanizing pig Donald Trump is. And now let me introduce to you William Jefferson Clinton.
Yeah, that was pretty stupid.
Think about it.
Slick Willie?
Yeah, think about it. We got don't pull the lever for womanizer, but here we're gonna let Bill Clinton speak on Kamala's behalf.
Master of the oral office.
The Democratic Party is also a party of rules for me, not for thee, or rules for thee and not for me.
Yeah.
So. The fact that Bill Clinton got a humdinger in the Oval Office.
Who gives a shit?
Who gives a shit? Kamala Harris gave a bunch of humdingers, okay?
Everybody's having sex.
I don't care.
We all want sex.
Just run the fucking government. That's all anybody cares about. I don't need a pep rally. I don't need anything. Trump could have won that debate with Biden if he went out there, said his name, and didn't fucking say a word. He's debating Kamala Harris. That is sending a fucking. That's like sending a mouse to fight an elephant and a lion and a crocodile at the same fucking time, molded into one person. Man, bear, pig. She's going up. She's going in there, and she's gonna debate a master linguist. The language might not be great, but he's gonna destroy her. Destroy her. It's gonna be like the rap battle at the end of 8 Mile. She's gonna die. She's going to die on stage.
Well, remember, 30% of the country thought Joe Biden won that debate that they had with Donald Trump.
Who? 30%?
It was fact check that. But it was about 30%. It was a good percentage. Who are those 30%? That's what I want to know.
Don't call for fact check. We're not doing any fact checking right now. I don't break out my phone.
He had an unbelievable amount of support in that debate that he won the debate against Trump.
From the CNN?
Probably, yes.
CNN.
Probably decided voters, yes.
I love when he said, we beat Medicaid. We beat it. We beat it. And then Trump goes, yeah, you beat it to death. Like he left Trump open for every insult.
He got his zingers in. He got his.
Yeah, but you know what? Trump was docile. I don't think he'll be as docile in this one. The biggest mistake he could possibly have is attacking her because she's a woman.
That's probably what it's going to.
That's what's going to happen, though. That's exactly.
Say anything about her being a woman. She can talk all day about him being a pig and a misogynist. All he has to do is, can we talk about your record? Can we talk about your political record?
And not how you got into it.
No, just your political. Can we talk about your policies that you are going to have as president? I don't want to talk about any salacious shit.
That's another funny thing about the whole thing. All I heard Kamala Harris talk about is her life as a prosecutor. Nothing as vice president.
Prostitute?
Prosecutor.
Oh, sorry. Prostituter.
Nothing in her life in politics at all. Not brought up. All about what she accomplished as a prosecutor.
She would be better off going, I send criminals to fight fires. Don't you want me? She'd be better off saying that than the nonsense she said about Trump. When people start talking bad about Trump, it instantly turns off people that are centrist and people that are even slightly thinking about talking about her or voting for her. If all you do is berate and antagonize and say shit about your opponent, you have no substance.
That was the whole DNC. It was don't vote for that guy because of this. Don't vote for that guy because of that. That was the whole thing. Don't vote for him. We'll explain later what we're going to do. Just vote us in. It'll be all right. And send $25.
Everything is fine. Send us money.
We need money.
We need money.
Yes.
I saw a lot of their donations are getting fucked up, and I see they're running out of money. And
dried up a little bit. It was hot. She was hot when they announced her, which is a whole other story. I mean, she was like it was the whole brilliant maneuver. Nobody wanted her. When it was being debated that Joe Biden was being a little stubborn then, and rightfully so. He was the president. He was being resistant about stepping down, and they were bringing up to him, "Oh, Joe, you got to step down. You got to step down." But they wanted Hillary Clinton. They wanted Michelle Obama. The people that were asking them, especially the celebrities, those are the ones that are out there. Let Hillary do it. Let Michelle do it. No, Kamala's not up for it. Nobody's taking Kamala seriously. Now we're a month later. She's irreplaceable. She's great. She's wonderful. She's a beacon of joy.
She doesn't know how to speak.
She's now like the savior of the country. Like, oh my gosh, as I brought up the wrestling metaphor once before. Brilliant maneuver by Biden, stepping down and putting in Kamala. Nobody expected it. Wow. What a maneuver.
Flying elbow off the top rope.
That's it. From the back, here she comes. Saves the day. She saved the day. She's saving America.
She's saving America.
She came out, like they announced her in. Wow, this is great. We are saved. The playing field's even. What happened in the debate with Biden and Trump, kick that to the curb. That means nothing now. Now it's a total reset. Start it over.
It's like America got a new girlfriend, and she's the best.
Yeah.
She's the greatest. Way better than your ex-girlfriend.
Well, I heard she could suck on me. Oh, never mind.
Well, that's debatable.
Who knows? I don't know.
If you were going to judge the DNC on really a policy level, you would give them a fucking 0 because it was a hate Trump fest. That's all. It was Trump hate fest 2024.
And it was a eulogy for Joe Biden. It sounded like he was dead. Like they were talking about him like he was gone.
He is gone.
But like he was dead. Like he ceased to exist
Dead
completely.
in the mind.
After he walks away in January, yeah, I don't think we're ever going to hear from him again.
When he dies.
Well,
I had to take a drink.
well,
When he dies, we'll hear about him.
Yeah, when he dies, we'll hear about it. I'm saying, but he might as well be dead because he's not going to be. He's going to be like Reagan. Reagan just disappeared. He's going to disappear.
Yeah, but Reagan didn't necessarily fall so far out of favor.
Right.
Reagan had Nancy with the crack in the fucking in L.A. and all that nonsense and the crack epidemic, but
Nancy protected Reagan's legacy.
Yeah, she tried to as much as she could. Is she still alive? What's she doing?
No, she's been dead about 5 or 6 years.
She's
now.
been dead. She's dead.
She's dead. Yeah, no longer with us.
I can't believe they didn't cart her out for the fucking.
But she did great. Like nobody can get a picture of Ronald when he was in his condition. Like he was just okay. He's suffering. He's living his last days in peace, and that's it. And she protected him. She would speak for him. She was the voice of Ronald Reagan in his last years.
I think it was a mistake for the DNC to bring Joe Biden out. I really do. They should have just had him sitting there and he could wave to the crowd.
Yeah.
Because I saw his speech. It wasn't very articulate. It was another hate Trump speech. It's all hate Trump. It's all threat to democracy.
Except the one day after Trump got shot, it was all about, he called him Donald. And, we got to stop with all the vitriol. We got to stop. This is getting too serious. It lasted a couple of hours. Yeah. Lasted maybe an hour.
I feel like, and I don't know if I said this to Adam, but I know we were fucking laughing about it because I feel like they were looking at their watch. Joe Biden's like, okay, I hope Donald's okay. I hope he's okay. Yup, I hope everything's okay. Fuck that guy. Fuck him. He's an asshole. Donald Trump's a big asshole.
He's a bigot.
He's a bigot.
But it's almost like it's forgotten. It's a forgotten event. It's almost like it never happened.
That teleprompter almost got him.
They want a memory hole. That's all it is.
That is a new term that should be added.
We can't have this. We can't have. People are all speaking like having sympathy for Trump for a day. It's gotten too serious. That was right back to like he's a rapist.
Hey, Hitler was bad, and they got rid of Hitler, and Trump is bad. Wink, wink.
Let's get rid of Trump.
Yeah, wink, wink.
You're gonna vote that back in? You see how horrible everything was?
Oh my God, you were making money and shit was cheap.
Oh my God.
Oh no.
Oh God, I work with a lady that's anti anything Trump.
Anti-Trump.
Yep.
And I'll be the first to say Trump is a dick.
Who cares?
He's a dick.
I don't give a shit.
You're right. Everybody's right that he's a dick. He's a dick. But policy, you go by policy. And no, I mean, he called gay marriage settled. I mean, I always see like he hates gays. He hates flags.
Gays. You don't hate gays.
Who
told you
that? They called it settled law.
Who's
gay
they?
marriage?
Who's
they?
Okay.
They. I love that term. They.
Okay.
So they is a vague form of his detractors. I would say a vague term for a group of his detractors.
Yeah, because if Trump... Okay, so I got to go...
You're going to tell me that nobody ever said to you that Trump was anti-gay or nobody ever said to you that Trump was a racist?
Oh, Trump is... Yeah, Trump... Yeah, people say that Trump's a racist. I never heard the anti-gay shit because I didn't... I know the Republicans are against gay marriage, which is... The whole political part... Every political party needs to get out of the bedroom.
Right.
No one should be involved in my sex life or anyone else's sex life.
I agree.
A gay man, a transgender, lesbian, aborigine woman. No. I shouldn't even know. Why do I need to know? I don't need to know what you do. I don't care.
But that's
what
the
you
whole
do.
point of it. It's the whole point of it is like if you have Gay Pride Day at Citi Field or Yankee Stadium or any of these stadiums or any football game or any baseball game or any event that says gay pride, all gay means to me is you're a man that likes dick and you're a woman that likes vagina. That's all it means to me.
I think gay pride should be fucking 12 months a year. I think every pride, you should have pride in yourself.
Yeah. But
technically, I know we don't have cameras, but you're wearing a pride shirt. If you wore that during Pride Month, they would think that's a pride shirt. It says no bad vibes, and it's the color of the rainbow. I do not give a fuck who or what you choose to have sex with. I don't care. I don't care. Ask me if I care. I don't care.
Do you care?
No, I don't. Thank you for asking.
I think he
You're
cares. He doesn't care.
I'm gonna
I don't
ru-
care. Neither does Adam. I know I
I'm-
don't need to speak for you, but God.
I'm going to run through what Trump...
And you should be married. If you love somebody, whoever you love in life, you should be married to. Two men should be married. If they're in love with each other, why not?
I don't care if two fucking hippos get married. I don't give a shit. Who you love is who you love.
You don't pick who you love.
I don't... Now, I'm going to go... If you just listen to the DNC, if your only source of media was the DNC for this last week, I'm going to tell you what you learned about Trump. Trump is the worst human being that's ever been created on the planet by whatever omnipotent being you think. He's absolutely the worst. He's Hitler, Stalin, Pol Pot, all roped into one. He's going to put black people in chains. He's going to put Mexicans across the border. He's going to make white people work in calcium mines. It's going to be horrible for everyone. Trump is he's a huge misogynist. He beats up women. He perpetrates the R word on women. He's the worst person in the world. Did I say that he's worse than Genghis Khan?
You left that out, but
Oh,
that's
okay.
a keynote.
Okay.
Yeah.
Did I mention he's worse than Dr. Doom and Magneto together?
No, you did not.
Okay. He's also Mr. Sinister and Doc Ock. Just to let you know. Okay. He was responsible for COVID. He went over there and bumped into the engineers and the scientists in Wuhan, and he smuggled it out of Wuhan and spread it all over the world. He's the biggest threat to democracy since the word democracy was invented.
Oh, what a world.
These are the things that you would hear.
And that's rational thinking.
And that's rational thinking by idiots.
But you missed out. Project 25, Project 25, Project 25.
Oh, yeah, Project 2025, the thing that exists but don't really exist, just like QAnon, just all that bullshit.
That he flat out said no.
They don't. I don't believe him.
Yeah.
He's lying.
He's lying.
He's lying.
Everything's a lie.
Everything Trump says is a lie. Yeah. And he should go
that's
right.
just a lie.
He should go right after that. He should play a thing saying that everything Trump says is a lie. And then Trump should speak and go, Kamala Harris is the greatest vice president ever, and I can't wait till she gets elected. And that's a fucking lie.
Yes.
So if Trump says that, he's a liar.
Right.
But that's what you heard when you got to the DNC. You heard nothing but Trump rhetoric and no substance, no policies, no anything.
Well, then we had Barack Obama's speech, and he got interested. He was a superhero.
Yeah, because that's all they got left. Barack Obama's the only person they got left. Chuck Schumer's a schmuck. He's a bum. He's he's the biggest Jew and the biggest Jew hater all at the same fucking thing.
Yeah.
He might as well be wearing a Palestinian shirt.
Yeah.
So I don't understand his fucking thing. AOC's a douchebag.
Well, they had Kathy Hochul on there, too.
Oh, yeah, as Joe calls her Kathy Hochul, but she's an asshole. Gretchen Whitmer tried to orchestrate her own kidnapping. She couldn't even fucking do that. They're all morons.
Rachel's speech was pretty powerful because she got up in front of the whole crowd and she says, Donald Trump refers to me as that woman from Michigan. Know how I feel about that? And she makes a pantomime.
You said Rachel.
You mean
Rachel.
Gretchen?
You mean Gretchen?
Gretchen.
Yeah, Gretchen.
Think about Gretchen. Excuse me.
Yeah,
Gretchen.
Crypt Keeper.
The G woman. What do they call it? Actually, has a nickname. The G Star or whatever. the hell her name
A nickname?
The G-Spot.
Asshole. G-Spot. G-Spot Whitner. Yeah, I doubt they call her that.
The G lady or
The G lady.
Yeah.
She's
So
the fucking bag lady for the Democratic Party.
Donald Trump calls me that woman. Tries to insult me by calling me that woman from Michigan, and I just brush it off my shoulder. As I speak to you, I am pantomiming brushing off my shoulder.
Okay.
And she says, that's how I feel about that. And everyone, to thunderous applause, like it doesn't bother her. But yet, somehow I got to explain it to an arena full of people that it doesn't bother me.
Trump called me a woman.
Trump,
I got to make it known to everyone.
Trump called me a woman.
He assumed my gender.
Trump assumed my gender. I better get in a boxing ring and beat him up.
Then she got into a pronoun tirade where she referred to Trump as him. So how would you feel one morning if a disaster happens and him is running things? Wouldn't you feel a lot better if Kamala was running things?
No.
Him.
Who's him?
It's him. Him being Trump.
Oh, Trump?
Yeah.
Oh.
Imagine America being in trouble and him is in office.
Oh, you mean all the trouble we got in the last time?
Right. Like we were talking about. We had the Holocaust and all that.
Oh, yeah, dude. We were on the death train. I remember
Yes.
that. I remember all the death camps that I was in when Trump was president.
Oh, gosh.
Trying to remember what else happened.
Hard labor, man.
I escaped from the camp.
Yup, Adam escaped from the death camp when Trump was
Remember
the
that hole
president.
we dug?
Yeah, remember that? Yeah. We had to dig a tunnel 400 miles out of the Trump camp.
We had to eat worms. Oh,
Yup,
God,
we had the
that's-
gruel. We had the bread lines,
Yeah.
and the gruel truck came around and sprayed the road with gruel, and we had to We had to take
Lick it off the
spoons
ground.
and eat it off the ground.
Yeah, God. Those were tough times, yeah.
Those
Oh,
were tough times
yeah.
3.5 years ago.
Yeah.
Wow. Ooh.
Brutal.
Oh, it was brutal.
As if. I thank you, DNC, for jogging my memory. I had forgotten about all that.
I forgot how
Yeah,
great it was when
yeah,
fucking Trump was president,
Oh, God.
or any other asshole but you people. How about that?
I mean, even the Clinton. I mean, all of it. I mean, gosh, just go back in history.
Listen,
It's the worst administration ever.
unqualified uprising. We are biased against Trump, but if or biased for Trump.
Yeah.
But it doesn't need to be Trump. It can be anybody from any political party. Just make some fucking sense. We don't want war. Nobody wants their child to go to war.
I don't.
No one does. What do you mean? Hey, get out there, little Billy. Here's an M16.
Have fun.
Yeah, have fun.
War to me is not a last resort. It's no resort to me. It's just unless our country is under attack, I don't want to get involved in any war.
No one's going to attack us if
No.
if Trump wins. If Trump loses, we will be attacked, or we will be in some far off land doing a ground incursion.
Well, like you said, I think people are going to take to the streets either way. I think that the streets are going to be covered with violence after election night.
Well,
I just think it's that serious now.
Well, just remember that video from the 2016 election with all the people crying after the Trump won. I'll probably be another repeat of this year.
Yeah, that woman's no.
Oh, the famous, yeah.
The cat lady screaming.
Yeah.
And what's wrong with being called a cat lady? If you are a single woman who don't need no man and you're a girl boss and you have 17 cats, what am I supposed to call you? You're a cat lady.
Yeah, you're not
I'm
a dog
sorry.
lady.
Cat person.
You're a cat person. I'm sorry. And if you get offended at that, I don't know what
That's
to tell
another.
you.
That's another insult, huh? Cat
Stop
lady.
getting offended at everything.
Yeah,
Get a
gosh.
hold of your life.
How can you call somebody with 17 cats a cat lady?
How dare I? How dare I?
Yeah.
How dare I? Now, J.D. Vance came a little hard on single people that don't, or people that don't have children. I don't necessarily agree with that because I don't have children. I don't want
Right.
children. Me nor my wife
Yeah,
want
but
children.
isn't that from like 3
What's
or
wrong
4
with you?
years ago that quote came out?
Yeah, the same with the I hate Trump bullshit. He said that too, so I get it. People can change. I get it.
Oh, and MSNBC's
Yeah.
coverage when the football players came
Yeah.
out and the
Yeah.
coverage. Oh, what a beautiful moment was that! His
Yeah.
kids in the audience crying. What a wonderful guy. He's the type of guy that'll teach you to drive a stick shift
And not get frustrated
and not
with you.
get frustrated and yell. What a wonderful guy.
Great.
And he
I'm glad.
rah.
I'm glad the guy that can show me how to run a manual transmission is the guy controlling the nuclear bombs.
Yes.
Because I'm pretty sure the fucking mechanic down the road could show me how to do it. I don't want fucking Elmer with the nuclear football. I'm sorry. I don't fucking want it happening.
So the whole football, the whole vision with the football. I just remember I watched MSNBC's coverage after that.
Commies. They're a bunch of
gosh,
commies.
all they do was just like slobber. Wow, they orchestrated this whole event so beautifully. Everything was said perfectly. Oh my goodness.
Is that where the little boy with the short hair works on Friday nights? MSNBC.
He's a handsome boy, that Rachel. I
Yeah,
got
yeah, Rachel Maddow. Yeah, the little boy.
He has a girl's name, but that's a handsome chap right there.
That is
Don't
a
say
hint.
anything.
That's a distinguished gentleman right
Yes,
there.
He's a handsome young chap.
He knows his politics.
Yes.
And I have to say, I noticed a tiny, I almost say a little bit of anger towards Trump on MSNBC. You
Just a
can
little
correct
bit.
me if I'm wrong.
No.
The way they were talking about the RNC, you would have thought that it was Darth Vader, It was the guy from Inglourious Bastards. It was the Predator and the Xenomorph and everything that's ever been bad in the world under one roof.
They called it as they see it.
Yes, completely objectional. Good reporting.
Yes.
I'm telling you, that little boy knows how to fucking spin a story. Let me tell you.
But seriously, the slobbering, it was just a total. And then I realize it happens at the RNC too, probably on Fox News. Just the out and out slobbering over it. No criticism whatsoever. No fact checking. No nothing. Nothing. Oh, man.
And that's the sad thing because Trump can take it.
Yeah.
I feel like if Trump was sitting in Big Joe's seat right now and I said, hey, Trump, first of all, hello, sir. How are you? Hello, Mr. President. I don't think I should just say, hey, Trump. I should probably say, hello, Mr. President.
Greatest guest ever.
It would be the greatest guest ever and the first.
That's what they tell me. No guest ever was ever greater than me.
He'd be the best guest ever.
no other guest was ever graded. That's what it said in the papers and stuff.
I don't know how someone would handle criticism. I handle criticism terrible. It makes me want to cry and beat people up.
It just makes me mad.
Yeah,
like, really mad. I shut down and I don't want to listen to what anyone said.
I try to let it roll off my shoulder.
You do.
I'm pretty good at it, but sometimes it gets the best of me.
He's not being truthful. He's better at handling criticism.
It depends what it is.
Yeah,
because you're gonna be crying every day. You got to bite your lip. I mean, I've learned to bite my lip, and I learned that people could just be mean for no reason. And I try myself not to be. Like, I don't want to say something to somebody that's gonna like piss them off. Where I, on the other hand, will see people say things to me and not even think twice about pissing me off.
Well, being in the Democratic Party is the party of hate, and the DNC was a giant hate fest, as I called it before. It'll be Hate Fest 2028. Don't worry. And if it's not Trump, it'll be somebody else. It'll be Ted Cruz. It'll be Josh Hawley. It'll be fucking Ricky Rubio. It'll be some other asshole.
I'm just looking forward to maybe getting some 30-year-old hot shots, some 30-year-old blood in these they had some actually halfway decent candidates in 2020. They all got
Ross Perot?
No, 2020.
Oh, 2020. I didn't hear what you said. I didn't know.
Democrats had a few
like who?
Somewhat decent
like who?
The math guy, for example.
The math guy?
Yeah. I don't know who that is.
Who's the math guy?
You guys are going off on that.
No, wait a minute. Who's the math guy?
Well, now that I'm thinking about it,
hold on.
I forgot his name.
Stop. Hold on. What are you talking about?
You don't remember this? I can't say that.
No, just give me more description.
There was an Asian gentleman.
An Asian gentleman.
Was it that
Andrew Yang?
Oh, God, you guys got it. Why didn't
you
help me out in the first
Jesus
place?
Christ. Will you spit it out?
Math guy. Like,
Campaign math. Wait a minute. Were you insinuating because he's Asian, he's the math guy? That is that is spoken like a true Democrat.
He also directed me to the best Chinese restaurant I've ever eaten.
Where else? Did he show you how to use chopsticks?
Yes.
Did he fucking bang a gong when he came up to you?
Yes.
What is going on? Okay.
Did
What did Andrew Yang say?
Did he take your cat?
Yeah. Did you steal your cat? Andrew Yang.
That's a yes.
Yeah. Well, okay. So
my cat. I remember he was pushing a snow.
No.
It was a particularly snowy day. He was pushing a snow plow down.
Okay. No, you're not going to get out of it. You explain what you were saying. I'm not letting you off the hook. When the math guy, who's Asian, because he's mathy, he's very mathy. Okay.
All right.
Yup.
So you're talking about now. Let me.
No.
Started with
you're talking about this. I just informed you who you were talking about, and you talked about the Asian that knows math, Andrew Yang. Okay.
Asian guy that knows math.
Yes.
Okay.
Now bridge that story. Take me on that story.
Do you think that? Just ask you a question anyway.
Yes. You started off with we need some young blood.
Not to sound like Bernie Sanders, but do you think a CEO that makes $50 billion a year is too much money?
What? What are you talking about? Is this what Andrew Yang said?
I'm talking about.
Are you talking about the Asian math guy?
Yes, I'm still talking about. I'm going somewhere.
Okay. So that's Bernie Sanders. Yeah, Bernie Sanders says everyone should make less money except him.
He's not Bernie Sanders.
No, he's Andrew Yang.
But
you just said Bernie Sanders.
Oh, God. All right, then that's.
I'm not letting you off the hook. You got to complete this.
this.
You have to complete this point.
All right, so
We need
if
it.
the CEO is making $50 million a year,
Yes.
let's say, do you think, okay, let's say, for example, Capstone.
Yes.
And Scott Ross, our big bald boss,
Yes.
was making $50 million a year,
Yes.
which he probably was for all we know.
Get to the point.
Okay,
What are you talking
all
about?
All right, do you think that money should be diversified amongst the...
Is this what Andrew Yang said?
Yes.
Andrew Yang said that?
Yes.
Or Bernie Sanders said that?
Not verbatim. No, Yang. You
Okay.
think that
Why did you bring up Bernie Sanders? Because he said
Bernie
it too?
Sanders, I must have messed up the... Well,
Okay,
no,
so
I know why I
Andrew-
brought. Don't think I'm going in a Bernie Sanders
So
direction.
Andrew
is what I
Yang
said.
was on CNN doing long division one night because he knows math, because he's Asian, and you saw him and he said something. Correct?
Okay.
Is this what happened?
No, this is the DNC convention.
Andrew Yang was at the DNC convention.
He was in the primaries. Excuse me.
He was in the DNC primaries.
Yes.
Andrew Yang.
Yes.
From New York, I believe.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
And
Math guy.
You're the math guy, as
Right.
you monikered him as. Okay. That's it.
So I'm saying the one policy I would agree with, as far as like mega billionaires making so much money, there should be a little more wealth sharing. Now you're going to call me socialist.
That's the Russian national anthem,
Okay,
by
so
the way.
how hard did you work when you were at our place of employment?
I worked like a dog.
And so didn't we all, mostly?
Yes.
Okay, so if the head guy's making $300 billion a year,
Yes.
and we're making 20, 25 an hour, whatever it was, I don't even
Yes.
remember. So do you think that we should have a little bigger piece of that pie, considering?
No.
Okay, then that's it.
Because we're not
Yeah.
commies. That guy gets that money because he decides he needs to make that amount of money. We have the only thing we have.
We had the choice not to work there.
We
I'll
had
agree
the
with
choice
that. Yes,
not
I
to
can
work
agree
there.
with that.
And do these people make? See, you're misconstruing my argument with me thinking that people should be able to make as much money as they want.
They can't make as much money if somebody's making $1 zillion. If one guy's taking the whole pie, then it's hard for the guys that are working to make.
Right.
I'm talking about in a company. I'm not talking about government. I'm
Right.
talking about in the private sector.
Right, but there's someone overseeing that operation. And if the higher-ups that were above Bally thought he should have been making more than us, obviously, and a lot more than everybody else, then so be it. I don't believe that Elon Musk should have to give me anything. I don't believe that Warren Buffett should have to give me anything.
Okay, so but if you were an employee,
If I was employee of Berkshire
Elon,
Hathaway,
yeah, and you were a good employee.
Okay.
I know it's about deciding your own worth or something, but you're working for a company where one guy makes all the money,
Okay.
and a small percentage is divided amongst, the rest.
Okay, so I'm going to pose this question back at you. We're getting way off topic, but I'm going to pose it back at you because you're still talking about the DNC being a bunch of commies, and this is what this is about. You're a Mets fan. The Mets got players that probably make $20 million a year. What about the bat boy that makes $20,000? Should the Mets give him money? The Mets are a huge corporation. Should the Mets give him money more? Should he be
I don't know
making
what a bat
$20
boy
million?
makes. Should the bat boy make? No.
So
Your
what's
best work. Okay, so your best work. You're saying so your best workers, which isn't always the case.
he's
too.
the best
So
bat
your best
boy.
player would probably make your best player would probably make the most money.
Right. So should the guy warming the bench be fucking
In a socialist-
resentful? You can't talk over me. When you talk over me, you gotta let people have to finish what they're saying. I'll try not to talk over you, but you talk over me a lot. That's just you. It's okay. Adam, you wanted to chime in.
I'm good.
Okay, I love it. Okay, here's my point. Stop telling people they can't make as much money as they want, because if the shoe was on you and Tom was a big millionaire, you wouldn't want to give your money to anybody. So really think about that. And I know you're a giving guy. I know you're a charitable dude and you're a good human. But if someone came to you and you were the fucking owner of Tesla and said, listen, motherfucker, you're making too much money and you need to start donating your money to charity, you tell them, get the fuck out of here. I built this place from nothing. You get nothing.
If it was presented in that way, yes.
That's that's the literal
No,
way.
no, but Elon Musk, he owns.
I'm not saying just Elon Musk. I'm saying in general. If we are going to cap people's earnings to give other people money, that turns the whole capitalistic society into a fucking Ponzi scheme. Because then what the millionaires will do, okay, if you make more than $20 million, you got to give up. You got to give it up. You got to pay the government. Okay, every movie I sign is going to be 19 million and 99.
That's actually how it works.
It is exactly how it works.
That's exactly how it works.
But we're trending a little bit off topic. No, I don't want commies. You don't be a commie. Don't be a commie.
Don't think it's being a commie necessarily.
It is being a commie. Wealth sharing is communism.
I'm not talking about wealth sharing generally speaking throughout the country. I'm talking about in the private sector. So I'm saying whatever. We worked for what we worked for, and that we either liked it or kicked rocks. I get that.
Right.
I'm saying, but I just think in running a successful business, but that's a different topic. You got to keep your employees happy, and all we did was bitch.
Right.
And we made good money.
We're way off. Get back to the DNC. We're way off. You're way, way, way off. Okay. What was this about the DNC? Did this have anything to do with the Democratic National Convention?
Well, you wanted to go. I was trying to cut it off, but you said you weren't letting me off the hook. So
no, I wasn't letting you off your hook because of what you said. It didn't make any sense, and we were just continuing that.
Well, to you.
To me.
Yeah.
No, it didn't make sense to anybody.
No, to you.
No, to
you
anybody.
guys can write in and say if it made sense to you.
You guys, please like and subscribe and comment if that made sense.
We already told you how stupid we all are, and we don't know anything. So
we are stupid, and I could be arguing with
math guy.
Math guy, yeah.
Well, go argue with the math guy. Then.
I will. I'll argue with the math guy. I'll take that pocket protector right away from him.
The calculator.
Andrew Yang.
Andrew
Man,
Yang.
this you know what? This episode spiraled out of control. I do enjoy it. I really do. We've been going for an hour. We're about to wrap it up, but you can have your final thoughts.
Well, I was going to say about Barack Obama's speech.
Barack Obama?
Yes.
Okay.
As elegant as he is.
He is very elegant.
It was 20 minutes of the speech was Trump. Don't vote Trump. In an elegant way, in his own elegant way. He is a great orator.
Donald Trump is an asshole.
Yes. And how the eulogy of Joe Biden that he gave, wonderful friend. I know he hated blacks when I was younger, but he's a wonderful
guy. They don't need no big shots.
Yes.
They don't need no. Note you there. We're not going to quote that. But Joe Biden said we don't need any black mayors and we don't need any black big shots.
Right.
We're not big enough to start quoting shit like that yet.
Let's.
I wasn't going to.
I know you weren't going to. But
where's
Joe
the hate parade for him and what he says, and why isn't he canceled? Because he's such a loving guy. He didn't mean it.
Because he said it in the 70s. That's why.
Yeah, he had Alzheimer's in the 70s and was going backwards. I don't know.
Give me your final thoughts.
So,
your final thoughts.
I'll leave it on one positive. One positive thing that Barack Obama said. One positive.
This
thing.
is your final statement
this is a
for
little
this episode?
nugget. Yes.
Little ditty?
A little ditty.
Okay.
That he did say that, like, give some older people a break on if they say something crusty or something wrong or use a term that might not seem politically correct today. Don't be so hard on people that might not catch up to the times. And I thought that was a pretty good thing to say. I'll give him that much. That one little snippet out of his whole speech. To have something positive to say about one thing in this whole goddamn convention. It's one little snippet, and it came from Barack Obama.
Adam, your final thoughts on the DNC, Kamala Harris, and the math guy. That's good, Adam. Thank you. I thank you for getting back to me. Go ahead. Go ahead, my friend. I know I put you on the spot. I'm sorry, but go ahead.
It was a waste of time watching. They were promoting this big. There might be surprise guests out there. There's Don Lemon was going on and on and on about it.
Who was it going to be?
Either Beyonce or Taylor Swift. And you want to know who it was?
Cher?
No one.
No one.
Yeah, they were all projecting.
No one.
We had Hulk Hogan.
We had Hogan.
We had the Hulkster.
And Kid Rock and Dana White.
Oh, man, we had some cool people.
The RNC was definitely cooler than the DNC.
Wait, there was another person that was mentioned.
You got 30 seconds. Hurry up.
It was Taylor Swift was one of the names I heard. I forgot who the other name was, though.
Beyonce.
No, it wasn't Beyonce.
Well, you got 10 seconds.
Hey.
I'm done.
Okay. Mail is done. Okay. Big Tom.
Jesus Christ himself.
Jesus, yeah, might as well have been. No, remember, no, Trump killed Jesus. He's not around anymore. You forgot that one. We forgot that one.
Stabbed him with a spear.
Stabbed him with a spear. Oh, man. Thank you to my host, my guest host, Tom.
Thanks for having me.
Always welcome. Thank you for my producer, Adam.
You're welcome.
This has been another edition of the Unqualified Uprising. Please join us again. Please like and subscribe and follow us and comment on Rumble. Bye for now.